On May 27, 2022, the YouTube channel Stocks with Josh published a video titled Three Crypto Picks to Make You Rich. You guys can see I got it pulled up right here, May 27, 2022. Three picks were Chainlink, Near Protocol, and Algorand. So, did these coins actually make investors rich, as the title leads one to think? Chainlink made money. Near lost almost 2/3 of his value, and Algorand lost more than 3/4 of his value. Apparently, the road to riches included two extremely expensive detours. Now let's check the receipts. For this review, I'm using the closing prices from May 27, 2022. Chainlink closed at $6.29, Near Protocol closed at $4.80, and Algorand closed at 36 cents. The current prices supplied for this review are $8.40 for Chainlink, $1.78 for Near Protocol, and 8 cents for Algorand. The calculation is real simple. You take the current price divided by the starting price minus 1, and then you multiply it by 100. These are price returns only. There are no stock splits, no traditional corporate dividends to adjust for, and potential staking rewards are excluded because they depend on whether the investor has staked the tokens, where they stake them, the fees involved, the lockup periods, and changing reward rates. So let's begin with Chainlink. So let me go ahead to the chart for Chainlink real quick. You guys can see from where the video was first posted and what the current price is right there. Okay. The only member of this group, Chainlink, Algorand, and Near Protocol, Chainlink is the only member that remembered the assignment. Chainlink closed at $6.29 on May 27, 2022, and the current price is currently around $8.40. Dividing $8.40 by $6.29 and then subtracting 1 gives a return of approximately 33.5%. return. A $1,000 investment would now be worth about $1,335.45, representing a profit of roughly $335. That is a legitimate positive result. But did it make the average investor rich? Probably not. But it did make money, which already puts it several zip codes ahead of the other two recommendations that these two men made. Chainlink receives a grade of good. A gain of roughly 1/3 is respectable. The pick worked. The only exaggeration was the suggestion that this would transform an ordinary broker's account into a private island, or at least, quote unquote, make you rich. Next is Near Protocol. This crypto closed at $4.80 on May 2nd, 2022. So let's go ahead and go to Near. Okay, so you guys can see that there's Near Protocol right there, and where the current price is around $1.69, and the current price is $1.78. Dividing $1.78 by $4.80 and subtracting 1 gives a return of approximately negative. You're down 62, almost 63%. So if you were to invest $1,000 on the closing price of when they uploaded this video to YouTube, that $1,000 would now be worth about $370, which means a loss of roughly $629.17. To recover from $1.78 back to the original $4.80 purchase price, this cryptocurrency, Near Crypto, would need to rise by approximately 169, almost 170% just to recover. And that would not even create a profit. That's for you just to break even. That will simply return the investor to where this journey even started. The project is called Near Protocol, but unfortunately, the current price is no longer particularly near the recommendation price. Near receives a grade of terrible. This was a terrible recommendation. A loss of nearly 63% is not a minor timing issue. This is a recommendation that places the investor's capital on the strict calorie deficit. Then we arrive to Algorand. So let me show you all Algorand. Here's Algorand right here on the chart. Algorand closed at approximately 36 cents on May 27th, 2022. And the current price is around 8 cents. Dividing 8 cents by 36 cents and subtracting by 1, like we did on the other two examples, give a return of approximately negative 76%. Yeah, negative 76. You're down 76% on your investment. So just like the other two examples, if you would have taken $1,000, that $1,000 today would now be worth $233, meaning that you would have lost roughly $766 of your original $1,000 investment. To recover from 8 cents to the original 36 cent price, this crypto Algorand would need to rise by approximately 328%. Not to become rich, not to beat the market, not even to make $1 of profit, just to break even. Algorand may have interesting technology, fast transactions, partnerships, and an active ecosystem, but none of that stopped the token's price from behaving like it had been launched through a trap door. Algorand receives a grade of trash. Turning $1,000 into $234 is not wealth creation. It is a wealth reduction with blockchain confirmation. Now, let's take a look at this whole portfolio as a whole, because the title of their video said 3 crypto picks to make you rich. Imagine investing $1,000 in each of these 3 recommendations for a total investment of $3,000. The Chainlink position would now be worth approximately $1,335.45. The near position would be worth about $370. The Algorand position would be worth roughly $233. Combined, the portfolio now would be worth about $1,939.90. That represents a total loss of $1,060.10 and an overall return of approximately negative 35%. So the equal weight basket lost slightly more than 1/3 of its value. Chainlink delivered a decent gain, but it could not rescue the severe losses in Near and Algorand. That is the problem with large drawdowns. A 33% winner does not compensate for positions falling 63 and 76%. Mathematics remains completely immune to thumbnail optimism. This is also an important timing issue. Today's price is not necessarily the entire story. A recommendation may perform well temporarily, reach a target, and then decline later. A fair evaluation should ask whether the analysts provide a specific target, a defined holding period, stop loss, or an exit strategy. Did they do that in this video? Based on the information available here, no confirmed targets, stop loss levels, or time horizons have been provided. That means we cannot honestly say whether a specific target was reached or missed. What we can say is that an investor who bought at the May 27 closing prices and continue holding would currently have 1 profitable position and 2 major losses. And when a recommendation has no clear exit strategy, it becomes conveniently difficult to evaluate. After the price falls, someone can always say, "You should have sold earlier." Apparently, the exit alert was available exclusively through telepathy. So, many of these YouTubers, they do these videos and they want you to come in, buy the dips, diamond hands, hold for the long term. We're about 5 years, almost 4 years since this video was produced. 4 years. And currently, there's still 1 profitable pick that they gave. 1, Chainlink. The other 2 were terrible, trash picks if you were one to hold for the long term. The biggest weakness was the mismatch between the confidence of the title and the lack of visible risk control. 2 of the 3 recommendations produced severe losses. Near Protocol declined approximately 63%. Algorand declined approximately 77%. Those losses overwhelmed Chainlink's positive return and pulled the full basket down by approximately 35%. The recommendation also appears to lack a clearly stated portfolio allocation. Did they tell the viewers how they would allocate those picks? A complete benchmark comparison would require measuring Bitcoin and the S&P 500 from the May 27, 2022 through the exact date associated with the current crypto prices. Because the current prices supplied for this review do not include their measurement date, adding benchmark returns could create a mismatched comparison. The honest conclusion is that the equal weight crypto basket lost approximately 35%, while the precise Bitcoin and S&P 500 comparison remains pending a confirmed cutoff date, which we did not do. The final verdict, though, is straightforward. Chainlink receives a good rating after gaining approximately 33%. The recommendation made money and was a clear winner, even if it did not make the average investor rich. Near Protocol receives a terrible rating after losing approximately 63%. That $1,000 investment, guys, remember, fell down to $371, which is a severe failure as a long-term recommendation. Algorand receives trash after losing approximately 76.6%. That $1,000 invested is now down to $234. The technology may be interesting, but the investment result was catastrophic. Overall, the basket receives a bad rating after losing approximately 35.3%. One winner could not overcome two major losses. The title promised 3 picks that could make investors rich. The actual basket made an equal weight investor approximately 1/3 poorer. This lesson is not that Chainlink, Near, or Algorand can never rise again. Crypto markets are volatile, and future recoveries remain possible. The lesson is that good technology does not guarantee a good investment result. Before following any recommendation, ask what price you are buying, what the target is, how long the expected holding period is. That's what a lot of people get confused on social media, is that they don't provide a holding period. They just say hold for the next 15, 20 years. What would invalidate the thesis? Did they tell you in this video what would invalidate these 3 cryptos making you rich? What were the stop loss? And when profits are supposed to be taken? Because this could make you rich is not an investment strategy. It is a marketing sentence wearing 2 exclamation points. This video is for education and entertainment only. It is not financial advice. Cryptocurrency investments are highly speculative and may result in substantial or complete losses, as in the case of this situation. Historical performance does not guarantee future results. Always conduct your own research and consider your financial situation and risk tolerance before investing. If you guys want to learn more, I also have other price predictions here on this particular channel. Just make sure you guys come through and support, like this video. Check out my other videos that I got on this particular channel and tell me what you guys think. Make sure you guys maintain profit. And as always, trade different.